So Boyd, here we are at Richland Park. After 2 days of competition, we've done the dressage and the show jumping, and you're in the lead on Trading Aces.
I am, yeah.
How did he? The show jumping caused lots of problems. Marc Donovan's track was pretty stiff. How did he feel today?
He felt good. He's a really good jumper, actually. So I wasn't too worried about it. He's just a quality jumper. So if you jump and point him in the right direction and sit tight, he usually jumps pretty clear. So I was pretty happy with him.
What has your build up to Richland been like?
It doesn't mean. I mean, it's coming good now. He's had a pretty quiet summer just because I've been out of action. But we've taken advantage of Silver working away hard at his dressage, and I think we saw some reflections of that in the test yesterday. She managed to take him to a couple of dressage shows, and he's really starting to. He's got great gaits, but it's hard putting all the pieces together in a 7-minute test. So that's been good. And then I had a pretty average run at Millbrook, and I went home and thought, right, it's time to sharpen up here a bit. I've been out of action, and the old Syndicate hasn't had too much to cheer about, so I thought, let's give this one a real crack. So I definitely came here to win, and I'll be giving it a go tomorrow.
Talk us through the course a little bit. How does Ian Stark's track look?
It's good because I think it suits my horse. It's a big, scopy course. I think the lay of the land's brilliant. It's got a little bit of hill, but good galloping. The turf's good. And, I'm probably more nervous. There's a turning question towards the end of the course, a corner to a keyhole to a corner. And I think that's going to be the jump where I'm going to have to make sure that Oscar's really focused and adjustable still.
I know that last year you were worried about his fitness, and again at Rolex, he pulled him up a little bit short. Has that been something that you're worried about because you haven't been able to ride him all summer?
Not really. I mean, I got some good riders working for me, young Caitlin, and there's a couple other youngsters that are chipping in at home. So Silver's been doing the dressage, and then I've had the guys, galloping him up the hills. We brought along Runnymede, which was 3,000 acres of Cheshire Hunt country. So every 3 or 4 days I've had him trotting or cantering hills, and you can see by the look of him at the moment, he's toned up, he's muscled up, and he's showing a bit of rib, and I'm really focused to get him super duper fit, and I think a hard run here tomorrow is also part of conditioning, where I think I pampered him a little bit leading up to Rolex, and it was probably more concerned in keeping him sound and happy, and I think that's probably not the way to go with this particular horse. He needs to be blasted out a few times.
Right, well, have a great ride tomorrow.
Thanks,
Michael. We're here at Richland CIC 3-star, and you've got 2 horses, and with both of them managed to jump 2 of the only 8 double clear rounds in the show.
I didn't realise.
Yeah,
that's good.
It's very good.
Yeah.
They're both obviously good jumpers, but you rode them beautifully. How have you been working hard on that recently, or?
I mean, not in particular. I mean, I've worked quite a bit with Peter Wild this winter, and that's coming through. And Mensa's just gotten stronger, I think, and we've gotten to know each other a bit better. And Mango's a fantastic jumper, so it's just a matter of putting him in the right spot, and he's going to do most of the work. So it's nice to have him back out. The only reason that he hasn't jumped more clear rounds is because he hadn't done that many rounds to start with. So it's nice to have him back out.
Yeah. Marc Donovan's track, it caused a lot of trouble when you walked it. Did you think it would?
Yeah, I thought it would cause a lot of rails. It was actually good for me because I did a bad job yesterday, so I needed to have something to be able to move up a little bit. So, yeah, I mean, Marc does a fantastic job. You've got to ride into the lines well, and then you've got to stay to a plan once you're in the lines, and then you really have to have a careful, good jumping horse as well. So that's what it's supposed to be about. I thought it was good.
You said Mango, Balango, and Pizzazzi is coming off a break, and Mensa, you're headed to Po with it.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about your plans for them when you run them tomorrow cross country.
Well, Mensa will try to go probably a little bit faster. I need to get used to being able to go fast and make sure he's rateable, and so because I've done more with him, I'll probably go a bit quicker. Mango needs a fitness work, so he's going to be a little bit quick as well. Although I'm not going to worry about the time. I'm going to go sort of at the combinations. I'm going to give him the time to see everything, and then just let him go on after. So I wouldn't think that my goal would be to get within sort of 4 to 6 time faults with Mensa, and then with Mango, if he had 8 to 12, that would be okay. But we'll go as fast as they feel comfortable.
How different are they to prepare? I mean, one's an off the track thoroughbred and one is not. I'm not sure
Yeah.
what is Mango's breeding.
No, he's Irish mutt, so he's got a little bit of everything. But he's got quite a bit of thoroughbred, so he's not. I mean, he wouldn't be as as sharp as Mensa is, but he's pretty quick-footed. So I do a lot of with Mango. I do a lot of hill work so that he has to move his feet fairly quickly, and I don't have to worry as much about his tendons that way. And then with Mensa, it's a little bit more longer, slower type stuff like that. So, but they're both in pretty good form fitness-wise. So it'll be a good test to see where they stand for. They've got fall 3-day events back to back. So you want them to be in pretty good shape now, so that if you need to do work, you still have some time.
And what are your thoughts on the track, Ian Stark's track?
Looks really good. I mean, Ian builds a big, bold, attacking course, and I think that's the way you got to ride. So, I could probably tell you better after I've ridden it once, but a lot of the elements are the same as, or some of the elements are the same as last year. I think that the combination at the end is probably what everybody's talking about. The 2 corners, there's an option of what kind of striding you want to get to it. I think the last jump into the water is actually a pretty decent sized fence. Lots of places you can have a mistake. That I think there will be no one bogey fence, but you got to be attentive everywhere. So that's what you want.
Great. Well, best of luck, and
Thank
thanks so
you.
much for talking to us.
Yeah, I appreciate it.